Of course, OBS is wanting to be crabby today. So we're going to start recording and we're going to start the replay buffer. Since I forgot to do that yesterday. They have absolutely amazing Wi-Fi in this arena until you actually go to try to use it for OBS. Yeah, I can see that, kid. So that being said, if we can't hold live, we'll just upload it later. Starting the first is going to be number 33, Ellie Paulson back in net. On the blue line will be number 6, Talia Little, and number 18, Kaylin Ekren. Up front will be number 14, Abby Retzer, and number 8, Haley Swenson. And centering it up is going to be number 4, Caitlin Shirley. West Fargo takes to the ice. Your Spuds are ready to go. First 17 minutes is underway. Spuds control. Drop back to Little in her own zone. She's going to send it right out through center. Held up along the near side wall. It'll be taken momentarily into the West Fargo zone, and then sent back out into the Moorhead end. It'll be Gentic, and the puck will come around back behind the net and out through center with Shirley. Turned back the other way by the Stampede. It'll be taken up the far side wall by Aldinger, and she's going to send it in deep back behind the Moorhead net. It'll get held up along the side Moorhead net. Paulson will cover it up and get the stoppage. 16:10 left in the first. Moorhead is wearing their black sweaters, the travel sweaters with the orange and white trim. West Fargo is wearing their white sweaters with the blue and yellow trim. Moorhead is skating left to right on your radio dial. Held up inside the Moorhead zone momentarily. Lane is going to get a handle on it. She's going to take it out through center. Down into the West Fargo end. She'll have it poked off her stick. And puck will come loose along the far side wall. West Fargo tries to clear. They do. Lovejoy gives chase down into her own zone. She's going to carry it around back behind the net. She looks to send it ahead. She has to put the brakes on and turn it back the other way. Just about has it poked loose in front of Paulson. But the Spuds are able to clear it out to center ice. Down into the Stampede zone, it'll be Everett. She gets stood up. Puck comes back to Lane. And Lane puts it in. Can't find it. I did it again. I forgot to change screens. So with 15:24 to go, your Spuds have struck first and go up by 1. Face-off handled at center ice. It's going to be Strand who'll take it into the Stampede zone. She'll have it stripped away by Scarful. Puck will come out through center and into the Moorhead zone. Ekren kicks it out to center. Stampede are able to hold it in. Shot on Paulson gets kicked over to the near side corner. Hockett is able to clear it. Out to center ice, it'll be Aldinger. She's going to carry it around back behind her own net. Sends it off the wall. Moorhead turns it right back the other direction. On the near side, or on the far side, will be Ekren, who sends it down behind the net. Aldinger will go get it. Down in the corner, Swenson centers it up, comes all the way up to Ekren. Ekren flips it back down into the slot. Swenson takes a shot. And Buckles is going to get that one covered up. So Brooke Lane had the first goal. Everett had the assist. Face-off is going to be the near side of the Stampede zone, won by Moorhead, controlled by Moorhead. Hendrickson from the near side will send it down back behind the net. Aldinger will go after it. Aldinger and Lane in the corner. Puck comes out. Handled by the Stampede and cleared out to center. It's going to get dumped down into the Moorhead zone by Speaker. Lovejoy will go get it. Back behind her own net and off the wall up to Retzer. Retzer kicks it ahead to Lane at center. Lane will send it over to Swenson and will dump it into the West Fargo zone. Lane down into the West Fargo. Brown back behind the net. Sends it up to Hendrickson, who will kick it down into the far side corner. Aldinger goes after it. She'll bring it along the far side wall and throw it across ice. Hendrickson grabs it center ice, dumps it back down into the West Fargo end. Brown back behind the West Fargo net. It'll be Shirley and into the far side corner. She'll get pinched off there by Picard. Puck will come free on the near side. Shot by Lee will get covered up by Buckles. And we'll hold this game at a 1-0 lead. 13:15 to go in the first. Face off on the near side of the West Fargo zone. Akron shot. Glove save made by Buckles. Face off will go to the far side this time. Lane and a Shirley and a mystery West Fargo. Little tries for the shot. It's going to get knocked down by Speaker. Puck will end up back behind the West Fargo net. Side angle shot, puck loose, gets steered away by the Stampede. And they're going to be able to take it out center ice. Little just inside her own zone, sends it back the other direction. Shirley's going to carry it in on the far side. Sends it around back behind the Moorhead net and onto the near side wall up to Little at the point. Little, slap shot, save made by Buckles. Puck floats free, was not froze. Little will have it out at center ice. Cross ice to Ekron. Ekron is going to carry it in on the far side. She'll have Kroll in her back pocket all the way around behind the net. Up to Little at the point, shot. She'll send it around back behind the net again. And it'll get held up at the far side corner. Up to Ekron. Ekron with the wrister that goes off the post and into the near side corner. Little goes and collects it. It's going to get knocked down in traffic. This time Strand will bring it around and wrap it into the slot, take for the shot. Puck will get steered into the near side corner and come up to Little. Little with the wrister is going to go wide of the net and into the far side corner where Lane will collect. She'll have it stripped away by Scarful. It'll end up coming up to Lovejoy on the far side. Lovejoy brings it around onto the near side wall and down into the corner. She'll put the brakes on, looks to center it up. Up to Strand. Strand with a shot. Save made by Buckles. 12:31. 12:30. 1-0 Moorhead lead. Face-off is going to be to the far side of the Stampede zone. It'll come out to center. Hendrickson kicks it down into the corner. It'll be gathered up by Aldinger and carried around behind her own net. Up to Lovejoy, who turns it back down in behind the net again. It'll be held up at the near side corner by Shirley and Lippa. Lovejoy, far side. Down into the corner. She'll send it around the near side. And it'll come up to Hendrickson at the point. Hendrickson tries for the shot. That'll get knocked down in traffic. Rebound will come back up to her. She'll thin it about in behind the net. And Moorhead is going to make it a 2-goal game. I'm going to rely on the announcers this time because I'm not sure who had it. Face-off is won by Lane. Over to Everett. Back to Lane. Lane will carry it down into the zone and into the near side corner and around behind the net. Held up along the near side wall. Stampede able to clear. Lane is going to go after it just inside of her own zone. Lane off the wall and down into the Stampede zone. That one's going to get called back on icing.
Moorhead second goal scored by number 8, Haley Swenson, assisted by number 4, Kaylee Sherman, and number 7, Leah Henderson.
So Swenson was credited with the goal. And Hendrickson and Shirley were credited with the assists. Face-off near side of the Moorhead zone is going to be won and controlled by Moorhead. Lane is going to take it out to center. Down into the Stampede zone, right through the center. She looks for the backhand and is going to carry it around behind the net. Send it around off the near side wall. Will find its way out to center. Little will have it. She's going to send it across to Ekron. Ekron kicks it ahead to Lane. Lane down into the Stampede zone is going to have it stripped off her stick. Buck will end up down to the near side corner. Gets sent around back behind the net. Carried around back behind the net by Hockett. Hockett brings it around, looks for the shot, sends it high and over the net and into the far side corner. Held out at center ice. It'll be Lovejoy. Turns it back the other direction. And is going to carry it down in. She'll have it stripped off her stick. It'll be dropped back off to Shirley, who's going to take the shot. And that one will get saved by Buckles. Hendrickson kicks it back into the Stampede zone. It'll get tossed right back out. Lovejoy will have it just inside her own zone and sends it out to center. Bouncing puck loose at center ice. Is going to get sent cross ice by Lovejoy. Aldinger will have it just inside of her own zone. Lane just inside the Stampede zone. Will have it hold it up near side. Shot put on Buckles is going to get covered up. Face off on the near side is going to come up too little. She'll send it across to Ekron, who will have it intercepted by Picard and taken out to center ice. Everett, center. They'll have it knocked away by Svezia. And it'll go back down into the Stampede zone on the stick a little. Or Lee, excuse me. Lee gets the shot away. Buckles is going to get the save. Puck will come up to Ekron on the far side. Sent down into the slot. It's going to get turned over to the far side and handled by Ekron in the corner. Taking around back behind the Stampede net and onto the near side up to Little, who takes the wrister. Save made. Puck loose in front of the slot. And the ref is going to call it for high sticking. .8:33 to go in the first. 2-1 Moorhead lead. Face-off is going to be near side of the Stampede zone. Held up along the near side wall. Taken into the Stampede end. It'll be handled by Lovejoy along the far side wall, and then Lane. Lane kicks it down into the corner. It'll end up going around back behind the net. Aldinger's going to go after it. Strand from the point, sends it down behind the net. It'll end up in the far side corner with Lane, who sends it up to Lovejoy. Lovejoy tries to center it up. Hockett's going to have it. Hockett, top of the slot, tries for the backhand. It's going to get knocked down in traffic. And the Stampede are able to clear. Lovejoy, center ice, is going to take it in far side and dump it. It'll go back behind the Stampede net where it'll be gathered up by Lippa. Turned out to center. Little is going to send it right back down in. Aldinger will have it in the far side corner. Ekron, center ice, or Retzer, center ice. She's going to dump it in on the near side. Stampede look to clear. Ekron is going to be there to hold. Shot knocked down in traffic and steered over into the near side corner. Scarfhole is going to send it off the wall. Moorhead's going to bang another one home, making this a 3-0 game. Face-off is going to be won by the Spuds and controlled by the Spuds. Shirley dumps it in. Swenson goes streaking after it. She'll have it knocked away by Svezia. And we're going to have our first penalty of the game, it looks like. Oh, offside, excuse me. 6:40 offside on the Spuds. Face-off far side just outside the West Fargo zone. Ekron chips it ahead. Everett will have it stripped away. Taken down into the Moorhead zone. It's going to be Bakken into the near side corner, who tries for the shot. Paulson's going to kick it away. It'll come up to Svezia at the points. That one will get knocked down by Paulson. Big flurry of shots. Ekron is finally able to steer it over onto the near side corner. Puck will end up back behind the Moorhead net where it'll be taken by Van Dam. Ekron tries to clear it. It's going to get sent back the other direction by Gentic. Kick save made by Paulson. It'll end up in the near side or in the far side corner. Lane is finally there to gather it up. She's going to turn it back the other way. 3-on-3 through center ice. Lane hard and fast in, looks for the shot, takes the shot, goes wide of the net. Puck will end up back behind. Hockett from the top of the slot, takes a shot. Kick save made by Buckles. Puck will come around to Hendricks on the near side. Sent down onto the far side corner. It'll again be gathered up by Hockett. She's going to drop it off for Lovejoy. Lovejoy brings it around, takes a shot. Puck comes over to the near side. Hendricks from the side angle. will take another shot. And this one's going to get covered up by Buckles.
Moorhead third goal scored by number 8, Kaylin Eckert, unassisted.
Third goal was scored by number 18, Kaylin Ekren. Unassisted on that one. Puck gets sent around back behind the West Fargo net. It'll end up with Lovejoy on the top. Centering pass, puck loose out in front of Buckles. She's going to be able to get it covered up. We'll be down to 4:51 here in the first. Face-off far side is going to be won by Shirley, controlled by the Spuds, up to Lovejoy at the point, cross ice to Hendricks, who takes the shot, and Buckles is going to kick that one over onto the near side wall. Hendrickson from the point again. That one will get knocked down by Aldinger before it gets to Buckles. Big flurry of activity, and shot is going to be taken on Buckles that she'll get gloved up. Held up in the near side corner with Hockett. She's going to kick it up to Little. Little back down to Hockett. Puck is going to find its way out to center. The Spuds are going to have to reset. Hockett in on the far side. Everybody got out. She'll get the shot away that's going to get kicked away by Buckles. Eckert will have it on the far side corner. Carries it around back behind the Stampede net. And into the near corner, she looks to center it up. It'll be pinched off along the near side wall. Just about the entire team is fighting for it. Shot is going to be taken from the side, and that one will get gloved up by Buckles. And we'll have 3.5 minutes left in the first. Face off on the near side. Hendricks with the shot. It'll end up down in the far side corner. Swenson centers it up to Lane. Lane with the shot. That one's going to be covered up by Buckles. Face off far side, Stampede zone. It'll get sent over onto the near side wall. Retzer tries to center it up. Lane shot. Stick save made by Buckles. Stampede is going to come away with it. They're able to clear it out. Spuds will have to reset. Little wrister from the blue line on Paulson will get covered up. Face off far side will be taken right back out through center by Lane and into the Stampede zone. Centering pass, nobody home, down to Swenson in the far side corner. She's going to send it over to Retzer. Retzer is going to get the shot away. That'll get sticked down by Buckles and onto the near side wall. Shot from the side is going to be taken by Retzer. It'll get knocked away by Buckles. Puck will get sent around and on the near side wall. Stampede try to clear. Hendrickson is there to hold it. Taken out to center by Svezia. She'll have it knocked away. Lovejoy in her own zone. Along the far side wall. Tries to clear it. The Retzer is going to come into the help and send it out to center. Stampede inside their own zone are going to bring it back out through center. It'll be on the stick of Aldinger, who's going to bring it into the Moorhead zone and carry it around back behind the net. Ebert steps in, strips it away momentarily. Aldinger comes away with it again. Sends it up to Kroll, who tries for the shot, and Everett gets in the way and takes it back the other direction. Lane, big, hard shot that's going to get steered up and into the netting, but not the back of the net goal, or back of the goal net. So that one will be called out of bounds. Face-off will be near side. Held up in the near side corner. It'll get sent around back behind the net by Kroll. Little is going to be there to hold it in. She's going to take the wrister from the point that Buckles will cover a little glove up. Minute 21 left in the first, 3-0 Moorhead lead. Face off near side, Stampede zone. Little shot, knocked down in traffic. It's going to get steered around behind the net by Svezia. The Stampede are going to be able to clear it out. Down into the Moorhead zone. Little's going to steer it into the corner. Hard side angle shot will be taken, and Paulson will kick it away. Ekron's going to handle it and send it up to Shirley, who's going to take it down into the Stampede zone. Centering pass, backhand Little is going to get kicked away by Buckles. Rebound shot are both kicked away. And the puck will end up with Little on the far side, or the near side point. Stampede are able to clear. Puck's going to float all the way down into the Moorhead zone. It's going to stall out before it gets to the goal line. Ekron will grab it. She tries to send it ahead. She'll be knocked down by Bakken. Shot taken is going to go through the crease. Pocket will gather it up near side and send it out to center. Aldinger will handle it at the center face-off circle. She'll send it ahead to Picard. It'll come down and into the far side corner and be handled by Hocken, who tries to clear it out. It'll be held by Gentic, and the horn will sound, and that's going to wrap up the first. So 17 minutes in, your Spuds are up 3-0. We'll be back in just a minute. So after the first 17, your Spuds are up 3-0. Puck will be held up out at center ice and dumped in by Moorhead. Cleared out by Svizia. Intercepted by Lee. Taken away by Van Dam. Spuds will have it inside the Stampede zone. Lee shot, kick save made by Buckles. It'll end up around behind the net and be handled by Lovejoy. Down to Everett, back up to Lovejoy. Lovejoy across ice to Hendrickson, who's going to send it into the near side corner. Hockett back behind the net, tries to center it up. It's going to get knocked down by Huber. Will end up along the far side wall. Hendricks is going to send it around behind the net. Everett will collect in the near side corner. She tries to bring it around into the slot. Will have it knocked off her stick by Huber. And Huber's going to be able to flip it out to center. Lovejoy ahead to Everett. Stampede look to clear. It's going to get sent out, and it's going to go all the way down, and it's coming back on icing. So the faceoff will come back to the Stampede end once again. It'll be on the far side between Shirley and Aldinger. Stampede's going to win the draw and control momentarily. They're going to be able to find a pathway out to center, so the Spuds will have to clear out. Aldinger is going to take it down into the Moorhead zone. Around back the Moorhead net. Moorhead's going to be able to clear it. Strand ahead to Shirley, back over to Strand. It'll come onto the near side wall. Strand looks to center it up. It's going to get intercepted by Scarful. And then sent back around behind the Stampede net. Ekman, near side, is going to have it knocked away by Bakken. Little will have it out at center ice. Little to Hockett on the far side wall. This time Van Dam is going to come away with it, carried around behind the Stampede nets. Hockett on the near side will have it stripped off her stick by Bakken. Puck's going to float free. Then be knocked down by Scarful and sent out to center. Hendrickson just inside her own zone will send it out to center. Shirley will have it on the breakaway. She's got one person to fight with. She sends it over to Swenson. Swenson looks for the shot. Gets knocked down by Buckles. Swenson will get her own rebound. It comes up to Lovejoy. We'll send it back down in. Puck loose in the slot. Shot taken by Shirley is going to get gloved up by Buckles. We'll have just under 3 minutes wrapped up here in the second. Face off far side. It's going to be Lane and Huber. They'll come up to Hendrickson, who sends it across to Lovejoy. Lovejoy brings it down into the corner, has it poke checked away by Svizia. The Stampede are going to be able to clear it out to center. Along the far side wall, it'll be Kroll. She'll have it knocked away by Hendrickson, who's going to get it in and take the shot on Buckles, who will glove it up. Face off again, far side. Will get sent around back behind the Stampede net. Lane is there to intercept. Backhand is going to get knocked down by Gentic out in front of the net. Cleared out through center by Huber. That one's going to go all the way into the near side corner of the Moorhead zone. No icing. Lovejoy is going to go get it. Lovejoy sends it ahead to Lee at center ice. Lee will have it stripped, and Lane is going to come away with it. Lane down and in, backhand kick save made by Buckles. Puck will end up on the near side wall with Everett. Everett to Ekron. Ekron tries to dump it down in. It's going to get turned the other direction by the Stampede. Handled out at center ice. Stampede are going to be able to send it right back out. Puck will get sent up to Lane. Lane tries to carry it in on the far side. It's going to come loose and get almost sent right back out. It'll be held in by Lee. Lee brings it into center, drops it off for Ekron. Ekron with a one-timer. It'll get kicked away by Buckles. Puck will come up to Little, who's going to get the wrister away. That one will get knocked down by Buckles. This time it's going to be cleared by Scarful and dumped into the Moorhead zone by Van Dam. Turned right back the other direction by the Spuds. It's going to get flipped down on Buckles, who will stick it right back out. And it'll get taken out through center ice by Bakken. Into the near side corner. The Spuds are going to be able to clear it out again. It'll get dumped by Svezia. And West Fargo will end up off the side with 11:28 to go in the first, or the second. Puck down into the Moorhead zone. He'll get held up in the far side corner. Hendrickson is going to be able to clear it out to center. Lovejoy carries it in on right through the center. She'll bring it around into the near side. And have it knocked off her stick along the far side. Hendrickson sends it down in. Shirley tries to get the shot away. That's going to get knocked down in traffic. Shirley will have it far side, have it stripped off her stick. Swenson turns it back along the other direction, along the near side wall. Hockett back behind, gets tripped, no call. Up to Lovejoy at the near side point. She brings it around in the center. Swenson shot taken, glove save made by Buckles. It'll come up to Ekron on the near side, who will send it back down behind the net. Handled by Shirley. She'll send it up to Little. Little across over to Ekron. Ekron with the wrister. That'll get grabbed by Svezia. And this time the Stampede are going to come away with it. Out through center and into the Moorhead zone momentarily. It's going to get turned out and sent the other direction and called back on icing. .9:45, 3-0 Moorhead lead. Face off far side of the Moorhead zone. Puck comes free and onto the near side. Ekron will send it back the other direction. Spuds look to clear. It'll get sent down into the far side corner where it'll be cleared out by the Spuds. Everett tries to take it the other direction. She's going to have it knocked away by Lippa. It'll end up along the far side wall. Little is going to fling it from just on this side of the red line. It's going to come all the way around to the near side. Lane carries it down into the slot. She gets tripped up. Puck comes free. Up to Strand on the near side. It'll get sent around back behind the net. Lane will have it on the far side. Stampede are able to clear. This time they're going to give chase. It's going to get taken into the Moorhead zone by Huber. and then stripped away by the Spuds. Handled by Strand, back behind her own net. She flips it ahead to Hockett out at center. Hockett has it knocked away. Strand down in the slot. Shot taken right into the breastplate of Buckles, who will get a hold of it, glove it up, and cover it up. Face-off will be the near side, the Stampede zone between Aldinger and Shirley. Spuds will control. Puck will get sent up to Lovejoy, who sends it down and in. Back up to Lovejoy. She's going to sling it into the near side corner. It's going to go all the way around. It'll be taken there by Hockett. Hockett will have it stripped away. It'll be held in momentarily, and this time it's going to be carried out by Gentic through center ice. Gentic just inside the Moorhead zone. Tries for the shot. Lovejoy was in front of her, and it's going to get steered over to the far side corner. From the far side, it'll get sent across the crease into the near side and turned right back out by the Spuds. Svezia, center ice. Fights with Strand over it. Spuds will come away with it. It'll be Shirley to Hockett. Hockett with the shot. Glove save made by Buckles. Face-off will be far side of the Stampede zone between Lane and Aldinger. It'll be sent over to the far side wall. Aldinger is going to be able to clear it out to center. Aldinger and Ekron, or it's not Aldinger, Bakken and Ekron chase it all the way into the Moorhead zone, turn it back the other direction and into the near side corner. Swenson's coming in hard and fast. Side angle shot. Looked like it went in. It actually ended up on the side of the net. Lane from the top of the shot. Slot. Shot. Goes just wide of the net. Swenson steps in to steal it away. Swenson along the near side wall. Gets steered around back behind the net. Centering pass. Nobody home. Comes all the way up to Little at the point. Little with the shot. Goes just wide of the net. Lane will have it back behind the net. Lane looks to center it up. Gets flipped up in the air. Swenson backhand. Will get knocked down in traffic by Lippa. And this time the Stampede are able to clear. Head along the near side wall. It's going to get flipped back out by Bakken. Then go all the way down into the Moorhead zone and get called back on icing. 6:50. Face-off will be near side between Shirley and Huber. Shirley's going to send it into the near side corner. Everett goes after it and fights with Svezia. This time Lee will have it back behind the net. She's going to wrap it around. Looks to center it up. Has it poked away by Huber. Puck will end up in the near side corner. Lee and Svezia. And now Everett and Huber. And Huber is going to come away with it. Stampede are able to clear finally. Hendrickson's going to go after it just inside of her own zone. She's going to send it off the wall and out to center. We'll be down into the Stampede zone on the stick of Shirley, who brings it around into the slot. Shot is going to get knocked down by Buckles and slung out and all the way down into the Moorhead zone by Svezia. So that one will get called back on icing with 5:48 to go in the second. Face-off will be the far side of the Moorhead or the Stampede zone. Taken out to center ice and dumped into the Moorhead zone. It'll be Hendricks who clears it back out. Lane, far side, hard and fast. She tries to send it back. Side angle shot from the far wall by Hendrickson is going to come around to the near side to Strand. Strand tries to send it back in. Aldinger's going to have it cleared out to center. Hendrickson at center ice, sends it off the wall to Lane. Lane brings it into the Stampede zone. She'll carry it around back behind the net and send it up to Strand at the top of the slot, who will have it knocked away by Aldinger. Aldinger's going to send it all the way down into the Moorhead end, and that one's going to get called back on icing as well. Face-off near side is going to be won by the Spuds, controlled by the Spuds, up to Eckern at the point. She'll send it down to Swenson, who's going to take the shot. That'll go just a little bit wide of the net. Around to Retzer, who takes the shot. That one's going to get stick down by Buckles. Taken back the other direction by Gentic and cleared out to center. Will be held up out at center ice. And we're going to have our first penalty of the game for checking. And I'm not even sure who it is. All right, so Gentic is headed to the box. And the Spuds are going to the power play. 4:21, 2-minute power play for your Moorhead Spuds. Face-off is going to be far side of the Stampede zone. Will be Shirley and Bakken to face off. One by the Spuds, sent up to Little at the point. She sends it down in deep. It gets kicked away. Swenson will collect it near side up to Eckern. Eckern, shot. Goes just wide of the net and onto the far side wall. Little steps up, takes a shot. That one's going to get knocked away by Svezia. And the Stampede are going to clear it out. That one's going to go all the way down into the Moorhead end and get called back on icing. 1:39 left on the power play. 4 minutes left in the period. Face-off will be far side again. Lane and Huber. Shot. Lane gets knocked away by Buckles. Hendrickson with the shot that's going to get kicked away by Buckles. Puck will end up again on the far side wall. Sent across and onto the near side. It's going to be Everett. Everett and Svezia fight for it. It'll come along the far side wall up to Hendrickson. Hendrickson tries for the shot. It's going to get knocked down in traffic and onto the near side. And now the Spuds are going to the box. Number 13, Braylon Everett will be headed to the box for, I'm guessing, the check. So that'll be minute 7 of 4-on-4 hockey. And then 53 seconds of 5-on-4 penalty kill hockey. Face off far side of the near side of the Moorhead zone. Will be controlled by the Spuds. Lovejoy is able to send it out to center. Lee brings it in near side. Has it knocked away. Stampede's going to go the other direction with it. Bakken takes it across the red line and dumps it into the Moorhead end. It'll end up in the near side corner. Lovejoy is going to step up and knock it away. Lane back out through center. She tries to get it into the Stampede zone. Has it knocked off her stick by Svezia. Will be taken back the other direction into the Moorhead end and into the far side corner. Aldinger around behind the net into the near side corner.
Moorhead.
Puck will come free with a little assistance from Hendrickson.
Braylon Evers, a minor goal.
Everett was called for roughing, not checking. Puck gets sent back into the Moorhead zone and onto the near side wall. Lovejoy goes after it. Down into the corner, she's going to do battle. Lane is going to come away with it. Lane, hard and fast, back up through center ice. She goes around one. She brings it down and in. She takes a shot that's going to go just wide. And around back behind. And the Stampede back at full strength. Out through center, stolen away by Shirley. Shirley's going to bring it in 1-on-3. Wraps it around, shot's going to go high and over the net, up to Ekron at the point. Ekron back down into the corner, right onto the stick of Lippa, who looks to clear. She'll have to hand it off to Van Dam, who's going to get it out to center ice. Ekron takes it away, dumps it back in. It's going to get turned back the other direction by Lippa. And cleared by Aldinger. 1:20 left in the period. Spud's back back at full strength as well. It's going to be Everett bringing it in this time. She hands it off for Shirley. Puck will end up over on the far side wall. 1 minute remaining. Retzer brings it in. Stick save made by Buckles. Puck will end up back behind the Stampede net. Sent up to Ekron at the point. Ekron kicks it ahead to Everett. Everett, Shirley, Retzer tries for the shot. Stick save made by Buckles. Puck will end up over the far side corner. Retzer. Centering pass is intercepted by Picard and stolen away by Swenson. Swenson gets the shot off. It'll get kicked away by Buckles. 30 seconds. Stampede are able to clear. This one is not going to make it all the way to the other end. It'll be collected by Ekron about halfway through the Spud zone. She's going to send it ahead. This one's going to get called back on icing because there was a little too much beef on that one. So face-off will be far side of the Moorhead zone with 16.8 seconds left to go in the second. Spuds are going to win the draw. It'll come up to Gentic, who's going to take the shot. Paulson will knock it down and cover it up. And they're going to let the clock run out almost. We got down to 6 seconds. I think they ran off about an extra 4 seconds on that one. Face-off far side is going to get steered into the far side corner. Lane is going to take it around behind the net, stall it out. And that's going to do it for the second. Your Moorhead Spuds are still leading this one 3-0. And they're going to flood the ice, so we'll be back in a little while. So with 34 minutes in the books, we have 17 minutes to go. Puck is down. Hendrickson flips it ahead into the Stampede zone. Handled by Everett. She'll have it knocked off her stick. It'll end up in the far side corner. Centering pass, Everett shot. Covered up by Buckles. Face-off is immediately sent into the slot. But right onto the stick of one of the Stampede girls. And they're able to clear it out to center. Center ice, Shirley, far side, tries to carry it in, has it knocked off her stick. It'll be held up along the far side wall out at center. Everett sends it cross ice to Hendrickson. Hendrickson is going to send it ahead. Shirley down into the Stampede zone. It'll end up in the far side, or in the near side corner. Stampede are able to clear it right back out. Ekron, neutral zone. Will have it poked off her stick by Aldinger. Puck immediately gets sent back out to center ice. Little. Ahead to Shirley, who will carry it in near side. She looks for the shot. She drops it off for Hockett, who's going to take the shot. And that one will get swallowed up by Buckles. Face-off will be near side of the Stampede zone. It'll be cleared back out to center. Strand is going to send it the other direction. Lane, far side, carries it in, brings it down to the center. She'll have it poked off her stick. Takes a side angle shot that's going to come across and into the near side corner. Sent back across the crease. Over to Lane on the far side. We'll end up with Strand now. She's going to drop it off for Lane. Lane sends it up to Ekron, who sends it into the slot. Then it's going to get turned back out by the Stampede and taken out through center. Shot on Paulson is going to get kicked away. Puck will end up along the near side wall. Rolling just alongside the net. It'll be handled by Engelsrud. It's cleared out by the Spuds and taken the other direction with Strand, who gets down in and takes a shot. It'll get kicked away by Buckles. Handled by Hendrickson at the point. Shot, kick save made by Buckles. Wrapped around behind the net by Hockett. Set up to Swenson at the top of the slot. Swenson takes a shot. It's going to go just over the top of the net. It'll end up with Hendrickson on the near side. Sent down into the slot. It'll get turned out to the side. Back up to Hendrickson, who's going to again send it back down and in. Swenson comes streaking in, tries to get the shot off. It'll get knocked off her stick and out to center. Lovejoy flips it ahead, down and into the Stampede zone. Lane will collect it far in the near side corner, side angle shot. They'll get knocked down by Buckles. Will end up over on the far side wall. This one's going to get sent out and all the way into the Moorhead zone. 13:39 to go in the third. 3-0 Moorhead lead. Face off far side will be Shirley and Huber. Will get come up to Lovejoy at the far side. Sent around back behind the Stampede net. It'll end up with Hendrickson on the near side. Swenson comes over to help. She sends it down into the corner. It'll go all the way around back behind the net. And into the far side where Hockett and Retzer will do battle for it. Brought around onto the near side by the Stampede. They try to clear it. Hendrickson is there to hold it. Up to Swenson, top of the slot. She wraps it around, backhand shot, kick save made by Buckles. Will end up on the near side wall with Hendrickson. She'll send it down into the slot. And Shirley will get the backhand away that Buckles will swallow up. Face-off will be near side of the Stampede zone. Little from the side takes a shot, and that one will get covered up by Buckles. Up to Little at the point. She takes the shot. It'll get knocked down in traffic. Puck will end up around back behind the net. Lovejoy, far side corner, tries to send it the other direction. She's going to bring it around, carry it around. Shot and the rebound are both going to get kicked away by Buckles, and the puck will end up along the near side wall. Cleared out to center. Spuds will have to reset. Lane will have it. She's going to take it in far side. Wrap it around behind the net. She looks to center it up. She's going to bring it right into the slot, take the shot. Stick save made by Buckles. It'll end up in the far side corner. Up to Ekron. Back down into the corner to Lane. Lane centers it up to Everett. Everett with the side angle shot. That'll get covered up by Buckles. 11:58 to go in the third. Face-off is going to be the far side of the Stampede zone. Cleared out by the Stampede. Hendrickson center ice. Sends it ahead to Hawken, who will carry it in near side. She tries to center it up. It's going to go all the way across into the far side corner to Strand. And then up to Lovejoy at the point. Lovejoy across to Hendrickson. Hendrickson dumps it into the corner. We'll go around back behind the net. Back over to Lovejoy. We'll turn it back down into the corner. Strand will go after it. Strand has a poke checked away. Lovejoy will end up with it. She's going to kick it down into the top of the slot. Shirley will get the slot away, or get the shot away. Buckles will make the save. Top of the slot cleared out by the Stampede, taken back the other direction. It's going to get knocked loose at center ice and carried into the Moorhead zone by Bakken. Puck comes free down to Hendrickson, who was able to clear it out. That one's going to go all the way across ice and all the way down into the Stampede zone and get called back on icing. Face-off near side of the Moorhead zone between Lane and Huber. Spuds are going to come away with it. Lane around behind her own net. She'll take it out on the far side and up through center. Hard and fast into the Stampede zone. She carries it all the way down. She takes a shot that's going to get knocked away by Buckles. Round onto the far side wall in the corner. It'll be Lane. She has it stripped away. Stampede look to clear. Held up just inside the Stampede zone. It's going to get sent down into the corner and over into the slot. Swenson, wrister, goes just wide of the net and in the near side corner where it'll be gathered up by Lane. She centers it up, nobody home. Puck will end up on the near side wall with Ekron. She'll take it all the way down in behind the net, send it back the other way. Swenson. She'll send it in behind the net. Lane, slap shot from the far side corner. It'll go back around behind the net. And this time Kroll is going to end up with it back on the near side corner. It'll be sent along the wall and it's going to find its way all the way out to center. And this one's going to make its way all the way into the Moorhead zone and get called back on icing. 9:29, 3-0 Moorhead lead. Face off far side of the Stampede zone. Shot taken from the point by Hendrickson will get knocked down by Buckles. Rebound will be knocked away in traffic, and the Stampede will come away with it. Out through center ice, it'll be Svizia. She'll have it poked away by Lovejoy. Puck's going to come all the way into the Moorhead zone and behind the net. Hendrickson off the wall up to Everett. Everett out through center ice, hard and fast. She's going in the other direction by herself. She'll get steered into the back wall. And the Stampede are going to the box. And the Spuds are going to the power play. So number 11, Emma Svizia, was the guilty party. I didn't see what the call was, but I'm guessing it was probably checking her interference. Up to Hendrickson, near side. She'll send it down in, and it's going to get kicked behind the net by Aldinger. Round behind and up to the near side to Lovejoy. Just outside of the zone, the Spuds will have to reset. They'll get sent across to the near side to Hockett, who's going to get the shot away, and Buckles will get it covered up. Faceoff is going to be near side Stampede zone. Puck is going to get sent up into the netting and out of play. Will be brought back right back to the near side again. Lane and a mystery Stampede. Puck is going to come up to Swenson. Swenson shot taken. Is going in. So that's her second one of the game, with the wrister from the top of the slot is going to find its way in. So just out of curiosity, let's try this quick. Oh, nope, that didn't work.
Sure.
So do I not? I do have the replay buffer going, but I don't know why it pulled up an old game. Anyhow, we'll figure that out later on. Sent back down into the Moorhead, or into the Stampede zone, and turned right back out to center. It'll be Ekron who's going to dump it in. Ekron shot off the post. Another one put on Buckles will get covered up this time. Puck will end up in the far side corner with Ekron. Side angle shot is going to get covered by Buckles. 7:47, 4-0 Moorhead lead. Face-off will be far side. Lovejoy just took out the ref. From the point, shot by Hockett. It'll get gloved up by Buckles. You saw that, right? Lovejoy spun around on the face-off, took out the ref. Lane from the far side with the with the one-timer, and that one's going to get knocked down and covered up by Buckles. Spuds have been off the power play for a while now. Face-off again, far side. Handled it by the Spuds. Shot on Buckles again is going to get covered up. Face-off will get kicked over to the far side wall, up to Lane at the point. She'll send it down in behind the net. Lee down low. Stampede looked to clear. Hockett with a shot. Gloved away by Buckles into the near side corner. Across the crease. And finally, the Stampede are going to come away with it, try to clear, and they do. Out to Lane, center ice, up and off the wall to Lee. Lee carries it in. She'll have it poked away by Scarful. Lee centers it up to Hockett, who takes the shot that's going to get kicked away by Buckles. Stampede are going to be able to clear it out to center. Lane at center. She tries to carry it in. She'll have it poked away. Puck is going to come all the way down into the Moorhead zone and get sticked up by Paulson. Handled by Hockett, sent out to center by Hendrickson. It gets sent back into the Moorhead zone and gathered up by Paulson and taken out by Hockett through center ice. Into the Stampede zone. She's going to have it poked off her stick. Puck will end up on the near side wall. Down into the corner, back behind the net. Stampede looked to clear. It'll be with Hockett at the near side point. She sends it across ice to Lane. It gets redirected up into the air. Hendrickson will have it down in the near side corner. Shot taken is going to get covered up by Buckles. (5-5-0), 4-0 Moorhead lead. Face-off is going to be Shirley near side. Puck will get sent across to Swenson. Swenson with the wrister is going to go up and over the net. Back up to Retzer. Retzer across to Swenson. Swenson backhand down into the slot to Strand. Strand will carry it around back behind the net. She sends it up to Retzer. Retzer with the shot that goes just wide of the net and into the far side corner. It'll end up with Hendrickson. Hendrickson centering pass, shot, Shirley, kick save made by Buckles. Puck will end up around behind the net and on the near side wall. Retzer will kick it back down along the near side and behind the net, and it'll get turned right back the other direction. Stampede looked to clear. Swenson is there to send it back into the Stampede zone. Stampede are going to come away with it, carried out through center. Gentic. She'll have it stripped away. Puck will come free. Swenson will have it. She's going in right down the middle. Takes the shot that's going to go just over the top right corner of the net. Swenson around back behind the net. She's hungry. She wants that hat trick. Puck will come around to the far side. Whole lot of damage being done back behind the net. Stampede are finally going to come away with it and clear it out to center. Swenson and Van Dam, far side. Puck will get turned back into the Stampede zone. Shot from from Shirley is going to get knocked down by Buckles. Puck will end up back out at center ice with Lane. Lane hard and fast into the slot. Shot. That was another goal. So Lane now has 2. Swenson has 2. Spuds it up 5-0. So it's Lane with 2, Swenson with 2, and Ekron with 1. 5-0 Moorhead lead. 3:56 to go. Puck brought along the near side wall. Strand, or Hockett, and Lee, and Bakken, and Ingelsrud all fight for it. Stampede finally come away with it. Everett, far side wall. They get knocked back to Lane, who's able to clear it out to center. Stampede throw it right back into the zone, and they're going to be offside. .326, 5-0 Moorhead lead. Face off far side center zone. Will be won by Lovejoy and handled by Lee. and kicked up to Everett. It'll be sent back the other direction by the Stampede. Lane into the zone, takes a shot that's going to go over the net and off the back wall. It'll end up with Lovejoy. He'll send it up to Hockett. Hockett's going to kick it down and in. And that one will get gloved up by Buckles. We'll be down to 3-11. Face off near side of the Stampede zone. Shirley and a mystery skater for the Stampede. I'm not sure who it is. It'll end up with Retzert, who tries to send it ahead. That one's going to get intercepted by the Stampede, sent all the way down on Paulson. Shot taken from the side, goes across the crease and onto the near side boards. Buds are able to try to clear. It'll be turned back the other direction by the Stampede. Off the glass is going to be Swenson. It'll find its way out to center. Shirley going the other direction. Shirley hard and fast into the slot, puts the brakes on, takes a shot. Glove save made by puck loose in the slot. And that one went in. Rebound picked up by Shirley and put away by Hendrickson. Hendrickson with the pickup, making this a 6-goal Moorhead game. Hockett, center ice, sends it ahead to Hendrickson, who bounces it off the wall. So it was actually number 4, Caitlin Shirley, with the goal. That's her first of the game. Puck will be held up along the far side wall out of the neutral zone by Strand. It'll get sent all the way across. Shirley's carrying it in right down the middle now. Looks for the shot. Glove save made by Buckles. 2:07 to go. 6-0 Moorhead lead. Face-off is going to be near side Stampede zone. It's going to be Lovejoy on the face-off. Buck will get steered over to the near side wall and up to Hockett. Shot. Rebound. Lovejoy kicked away by Buckles and into the far side corner. Lovejoy again will have it back behind the net. She'll be knocked around by Aldinger. Puck's going to come free. Sent out in front. Swenson tries to get it away. Or Little tries to take it away. It'll end up out at center ice with Lane. Lane brings it in. She's going to carry it over. She looks to center it up. It's going to get intercepted and sent out through center by the Stampede. That one's going to go all the way down into the Moorhead zone and get called back on icing with 1:11 left in the third. We are on running clock. 106, 105, 104, 103. Face-off is going back down into the Stampede zone. 53-52. Shirley wins the draw, sends it up to Retzer. Retzer's going to send it cross ice. Around back behind the Stampede net. Retzer sends it down. It'll get turned right back out to the on the near side wall. Puck is going to go all the way down on Paulson, who will cover it up. We'll have 30, 29, 28. Face-off is going to be to the near side. Ref has pretty much taken his time. 15-14. Puck gets steered down into the near side corner. Centering pass is going to get intercepted by Everett and turned back the other direction out through center. Dumped into the Stampede zone 4-3. It's going to get held up along the back wall, and that is going to do it. Your Spuds are going to take this one by a final of 6-0. And that's going to wrap it up from the Memorial Veterans Arena in West Fargo. We're going to pack this one up, get out of here, and go home and watch some football, because both the Vikings and the Bison are playing right now. So for my camera operator, Lisa Swenson, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe and like. And we'll see you again next week. I'm Seth. This has been a production of Krabby Toad Studios. We'll see you soon.